transfer season. I want to know, is there any transfers that have happened or you think may happen or any that you're pretty excited about? Me, personally, obviously, I know we all support the same team, but Declan Rice for me is a huge one. I'm very excited to have... It's not, as this point of time recording, it's not 1,000,000% guaranteed, but
he might already be signed.
It's 99% guaranteed. By this point, he probably has signed. You've seen him in the
It's a lot of money, though, isn't it?
It's a hell of a lot of money for what it is. And he's definitely not worth that. And he's not worth that to West Ham, but considering the circumstances, that's what we needed to pay to get it over the line.
If they lost, they didn't win the cup, do you think it would be less?
No. Yeah, massive. Yeah.
No.
From
he's 100 million to West Ham.
No, to be fair, from what
they said it before they won the cup, 100 mil.
From what I've seen is that they had, like, it's obviously inside sources from West Ham or whatever. They had agreed like a £90 million deal. Already agreed. No add-ons, no nothing.
Not much difference though.
No, it's not a huge difference, but since they won the cup, there was like, well, he's now a trophy-winning captain. You got to pay more money for it.
Potentially future England captain.
Potentially future England captain, and potentially future Arsenal captain.
Well,
I think in a couple of years.
Depends on if Odegaard stays around or not.
I think even if he stays, I think it will get to a point where they'll give it.
The captaincy off him. Why would you?
Well, I suppose Declan Rice over Odegaard is more of a natural leader.
I think if you take the captaincy off.
Oh yeah, it could have bad imitations, but
I'm trying to think if there's a
I was thinking
that excites me.
I just don't get why it takes so long. As in, like, why we have to go back and forth, because they were in talks before the transfer window opened. Are they not allowed to talk money then? Or they just talk about, I'm interested?
No, but that's the thing, you can talk about everything. And you can agree everything in principle.
I don't know why it just came to the point where, we don't want that.
Yeah, but the only thing is, you get to the point where you're like, right, we've spoken to them for X amount of months. We know they desperately want this bloke. What if we suddenly go, no, actually we want another 5 mil, another 10 mil. Yeah. You know how badly this team wants this player. So potentially you're going to get that extra 5-10 mil.
Mount to Man United.
Do you know what? I wouldn't even have been, because we got linked with Mount before, and I wouldn't even been shocked to have him at Arsenal. I think Mount's a decent player.
I would have taken him over Havertz.
Havertz for me is a strange one.
I get it, but I don't get it.
Yeah, I understand he could play that Xhaka role really well.
No, I don't think he plays the Xhaka role.
I think he don't play anywhere else.
I think he does. I think he plays a bit further up. Like I don't see him as the Xhaka role at all. I see Xhaka as a box to box.
Yeah, it's exactly what
Havertz ain't box to box, man.
He was before he went Chelsea, and Chelsea ruined him.
I don't know, man.
For Leverkusen, he was midfielder or
midfielder, like attacking, like a free role. Yeah, exactly, a free role, kind of like Odegaard. I don't see him. I get why we've signed him. Experience, Prem, Champions League, sort of proven. And I look at the way Arteta turned Xhaka from what he was into what he became, like from going from leaving the club to becoming one of our most crucial players.
Well, also becoming from a hated player.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone wanting him out to a fan favourite. Arteta did that by changing the way he played, and I feel like he could change Havertz, but at the same time, I think I would have preferred Mount. Same amount of money.
That's the thing. If you're looking at, obviously you don't know what Arteta's thinking, but if you're looking at playing him in that Xhaka role, Mount's probably a better fit.
Yeah.
Probably is a better fit.
Maybe not tougher, but box to box, I think is better.
Yeah, and that's why when we got linked with him, I thought him in that position, that's a very good player. Havertz don't come in and start over Jesus. He's a terrible number 10. No. Terrible number 10. No, he's not. You can see by his goal scoring record at Chelsea, he's not that goal scorer. I think if he plays there, that's the only place he can play. Where else does he play? Don't go anywhere over anyone else. Yeah. And I think as soon as this Rice deal's done, Xhaka's obviously going to go back because they're probably having a
Partey probably as well.
Well, apparently Partey don't want to leave. He wants to stay.
I mean, if he wants to stay, let him stay.
I think he will stay, but he will not be starting anymore. Especially if they sign that Lavia from Southampton.
I don't see that one happening.
I see them signing another midfielder. Definitely.
Yeah, but I don't see Lavia. I don't see
They're only looking
at
like 40 mil.
Calm one. I know, but I feel like it'll be someone not as expensive. Because we've already spent like near enough 200.
Yeah, but the thing is,
by the time Timber comes in,
Arsenal got loads of money to spend. I'm surprised after all the talk last year, they didn't go and get Tielemans.
I'm surprised he went to Aston Villa, innit? He's just signed for Villa.
I mean, I know Leicester got relegated, but what's the point?
On a free though, why not take him on a free?
Yeah, for Villa, great.
No, I mean even
great.
Arsenal. Why not? Take
Yeah,
him
that's what I mean.
depth?
I'm shocked for a
squad
bigger
depth,
team.
Why not just take him
Didn't look
for a
at
free?
I'm surprised. Mount, like I said, Mount is a good one. That's not.
So I've not seen things. I must not be on the right Twitter feed or whatever. I've not seen anyone transferring.
Madison's gone Tottenham, which I think probably for Madison that was the only big.
There's no stand up.
I'm going to Newcastle.
Yeah, and the thing is, let's face it. I know Newcastle got oil money.
He knows 100% Tottenham are starting him every game. He knows that. If he's fit, he's starting every game for Tottenham.
Yeah, virtually.
Whereas Newcastle rotation because Champions League cups, every
different style of play as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot more work ethic in Newcastle, and as good as Madison
I might think maybe in a year or two I'm going to get outed for another big player. Whereas Tottenham, going to keep him. He's 26, 27.
I don't think he's even there.
No, he is. He's at least 26. He's at least 26.
To be fair, I don't actually know, but he's a good sign for 45 mil. That's not a terrible buy.
No, it's not.
That's not a terrible buy. I mean, Liverpool are looking at signing a few. McAllister, I'm not a huge.
Consistent.
55 mil for
consistent.
Yeah, but in what?
Just consistent. Just to consistently gives you probably like a 7 to 8 out of 10 every game.
Yeah, but I'd say if you had to rate,
and they need to boost that midfield.
If you had to rate it on a scale of signings, he is no better than Xhaka.
No.
If someone told me we're signing Xhaka for 55 mil, I'd be like, "What? No, you don't."
McAllister's younger. That's the thing. Xhaka's what in his 30s.
No, but even when Xhaka turned up, he was like 24.
35 mil, I think we paid.
34 mil, yeah. Which was a bit of money back then, to be fair. But I don't see the hype around McAllister. I think he's alright. I just think consistent. He keeps the ball moving, but
he'll pick up a few goals.
There's nothing brilliant in that.
Just World Cup winner, innit?
Yeah. Well, you think the two midfielders they had, one sold for 55 and the other one sold for 105. That Enzo Fernandez. Yeah. Which, again, I haven't watched a lot of Chelsea games, to be fair. But
when he first went to Chelsea, I watched a few games and he's decent. But I think Lampard fucked him a little bit.
The only problem with him is unless they sort of build a team around him, I don't see him being very fast or mobile. If they build the team around him, almost like Verratti, he's a brilliant on the ball, get the touches, get the ball moving, then yeah, he's great. If not, I don't really know. But apart from that, at this moment in filming, there ain't that many.
It's just all the Saudi league, really, isn't it?
You had Messi go to Saudi league. You had Messi go to America.
Messi America. Busquets as well.
Benzema went to Saudi, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. 200 mil a year or something he's getting?
Yeah, but Messi still is brilliant.
Yeah, he's
if Ronaldo don't go to the Saudi league, none of this happens. 100%. If Ronaldo doesn't go, none of this happens.
Yeah, I mean, he's a hypocrite himself. Yeah.
Who doesn't go?
If Ronaldo hadn't have gone...
hadn't gone. You said doesn't go, like he hasn't always
gone. No, if he hadn't have gone in January to the Saudi league, none of this happens.
There was post boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently the Saudi government give him 20 billion to go and buy players. Like the league. Go and buy players, get them in.
Yeah, that surprised me.
All money.
But the thing is, people like Ronaldo, cool, he's done everything. He's 37, 38. Yeah, go and tear up that dead league.
Yeah.
People like Ruben Neves. You're 25, you're in your prime, you're going to go to Saudi.
Yeah, but it shows you money.
Yeah. At least, I see it the other day, Koulibaly obviously went as well. And they sort of asked him about the money, and he was like, yeah, I've got family back in Africa, I've got things I want to buy.
It should be not taken.
And he was
Senegal, innit, I think.
No, but it was at least like, well, at least he said I went there for money. He's not lied about nothing.
It's not just, you get your, obviously, contract, but with how Saudi are, they'll probably throw him a couple mil just for fun.
Well, there's obviously less taxes on stuff. So that money, he's actually getting that money.
There's no tax. They'll throw you money. They'll just say, here's a meal for going to do this as well.
The Africans, I get it, because they do so much for their home countries.
They send a lot back,
like, even when he was at Chelsea, he spilt schools and hospitals,
same
whatever
as
else.
Mane.
Mane
that
as well.
Osman from Napoli.
Yeah, exactly.
I just saw
I just saw
Saudi League being like the Chinese league.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
But the
The
Chinese league, what Chinese league did wrong is they were doing like those mad contracts of like it's like a 3-year contract, 4-year contract, but you have to do so much publicity for us and so much advertisement for us.
Yeah.
Basically, you tied your soul to them.
Yeah.
Well, Saudi, I don't think they're going to do the same thing.
I don't think there's anything like that.
Do you
involved.
think you'll switch on to a Saudi League game?
Never.
No.
Never.
Eventually, maybe.
I don't think I would.
Depends. No, but it depends. We're still in the early stages. No, but we're still in the early stages. You might find that that's quite.
You've got, if you want it to be anywhere near a competitive European level, you're looking at 15 years at least of this sort of generic buy player.
No, but you look at the American leagues.
It's still
we still
don't watch them, man.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's still in its early stage.
But that's the thing. You've got a slight chance now people will watch America because they want to see Messi play in the American League.
Yeah, of course.
Same as when Beckham went. You want to see Beckham play a few games. Ibrahimovic.
That's
you want to see
part of his deal now, isn't it? You can buy a American team at the end if he wants.
It's nuts.
They literally went. All of them paid money in and went. Yeah, you can buy us if you really have the money.
It's like the bottom tier or the bottom of the Premier League. They've got, look, we want to buy this mega star. You know we're bottom of the league. We're not very good. We want to buy him. Do you lot want him in for the extra revenue?
Yeah.
And everyone else going, yeah, we'll give you a little tiny bit towards it. We know you're not going to do that much because you're still a dead team.
Yeah.
But you want that player in to boost your league.
Well, he's going to get money from it as well. He gets the shirt sales as well.
He gets shirt sales. He gets Apple TV rights. He gets Apple sponsorships. He gets part of the MLS sponsorships. Basically, he can buy a team at the end of it. The fact that he's gone, I don't want the Saudi money, but they've kind of like spread that Saudi money across all these different sponsorships. Yeah. So on paper, you're like, oh, he's not getting paid that much.
Well, it's a lucrative deal in the sense of at the end he goes, I'm still earning because I can buy a team if I really want to.
Kante's just bought that team, isn't he?
Yeah,
I think they're all doing it now.
Belgian League. I
think they're all starting to do it now. They're all starting to buy low.
Vardy's got a team.
No, but
in America as well.
Yeah, Philadelphia.
Yeah, something.
I think a lot of even some of the Serbians now they're looking for Ryan Reynolds in.
The F1.
No, but they bought something.
F1, isn't it?
Alpine. Alpine Racing.
Like it is part of some consortium.
But I don't see unless Kante's got an affiliation with this team, I don't really see the point in buying it. The team that obviously just happened is Zaha, Stormzy, and someone from Palace.
Oh yeah, Darren something. Darren.
Yeah, I can't remember. What
Young, Darren Young, his name is.
Something to do with Crystal Palace. They bought Croydon because they was from Croydon.
They got a tie.
Fair enough. That's your home team. Home team as such. So you want to make sure they do all right and don't want to see them struggle.
But you have more of an investment in it.
Well, you care about it more. Yeah. You know, obviously Rob and Ryan bought that Wrexham.
But they have care in it now. They care in it now.
But now they genuinely care. They love the team. They're doing well.
But I just don't feel like, even if Messi did buy a team, I think
that's just English football in general. Like you just get attached to English. English football. There's nothing like it, man. No. There's nothing like it.
That's what they all, Rob and that said. They went when they were in that documentary. They were like, "Oh, we can see why you love the game."
Yeah.
Like when the cup games, it's tense.
It's impossible not to.
It's tense.
It is impossible.
Anything can happen, man.
But yeah, I don't think there's any other crazy transfers. There's no crazy transfer. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't go, fucking hell, what's happened there?
Well, I suppose the craziest is Rice at the moment. 105 mil for Rice.
Yeah, that's not out of nowhere. We knew that was potentially.
It's been built.
There's no. I know we're still early on in the transfer.
Yeah, we're only a couple of weeks in at the moment. But obviously we've signed already. Havertz virtually signed Rice and virtually signed that Timber as well. I don't know much about that Timber.
No, I don't.
But that's free signing straight away for, like I said, close to 200 mil. Considering Arsenal have never spent money like this ever.
But I think
in the last
without
board backing them,
without how our last season went,
you'd be
it's hard not to go. Let's pump money in. Let's invest now. Let's invest some teams because a lot of if you look at a lot of teams, like look at Leicester for example, won the league. They invested more into the actual ground of it and the training and all that stuff, and sold all the players. I didn't really put money back in. That's why they got rid.
But unfortunately, for teams like that,
COVID just fucked them.
They're not big enough to earn enough money on a regular basis to be able to afford these big players. But it's like Spurs. As much as they're fucking shit, they got to the Champions League final. They done pretty well in the league the year before. And you think during those 2 years, if they spent a couple $100 million over the course of those 2 years and added to that team, they'd probably be right up there still.
Their recruitment just needs to be better.
Their recruitment is dreadful.
They spend the money.
Yeah,
it's just the
They've
recruitment.
spent so much money in just sacking managers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They got to the Champions League final and sacked their manager.
Well, who gets to a League Cup final and then the week before sacks Jose Mourinho? The
Who had never lost
winner.
the final.
He doesn't lose
final. Like, he's only just lost the final.
That's the thing. Yeah. Like Levi there, I think he's the problem. To be honest,
he is, but he's also not because he's helped them so much.
Of course, but I just don't feel like he pressures.
He's so good at retaining money and building a structure.
He's just
when it comes
$1 billion stadium. Like,
I just feel like he's
and isn't in debt.
For me, don't get me wrong.
No, they're in debt. Yeah, but they're still splashing the cash. When Arsenal built their new stadium.
But
Arsenal didn't spend anything for about 4 years.
Times are different as well. Obviously, like I said, he bought it and we didn't spend nothing for years.
There'll be still players coming in though.
Not on
the level.
But what I'm saying, this is what I said to someone the other day. Tottenham, the team's kind of just stale. There's no one really there. Like it's just Kane and Son and then
Well, even last season, Son was stale.
Yeah, it's just like there's no movement there. Like with Arsenal, fair enough, we weren't paying the money. But we still had the cycle of youth players coming in, making deals here and there. Okay, we'll buy this player, but we'll spread it across 3-4 years. There was deals being made. I just think
but that's what he's saying. Spurs do spend money. I think they spent 60 mil last year on one player. And if you spent 60 mil on one player, you'd think, what a good signing. Yeah. No, it was Richarlison last year for 60 mil.
I'm thinking about the centre mid.
Oh, and
Ndombele.
They signed him, a couple of years ago for 50 or whatever.
Yeah, it was 65.
Was it 65?
It was 65, man.
Yeah, again, he looked good. Previous club when they're terrible.
Do you think Kane's going?
Nah.
No.
He's better off just retiring.
Oh, I see today, off time of filming, Chelsea have asked to speak to him. Because Poch is now there. Chelsea have... Out of everyone, if it's not Man United...
He only goes Chelsea or United.
But if he goes Chelsea, ruins everything he's done, I suppose.
I just can't see him anywhere else in another...
He would win trophies.
I just can't see him in another London team, though. Or even a Premier League team, to be honest.
Obviously, you had the City thing a couple of years ago, and you could have seen him at City at that point.
That would have been his best option.
By far,
he should have fought to leave.
Because look what if he was there, he would have won all these trophies.
It was only because Levy brought in Conte that he didn't. He was like, all right,
man. Well, this is the thing. If he goes City, he does as well as Haaland does at City. Maybe a few less goals, but a lot more assists.
Well, I don't know, I think he scores as many.
Well, I'm just saying, like, within 5 or 10.
Like, Haaland this season, he only scored 8 less, and he's playing for Tottenham. And
but that was in the Premier League. And obviously, you're looking at Haaland over the course of all the other
played a lot more games.
I mean, how many years is Kane?
Probably not as many minutes, but...
So that's the thing.
This is his last
business now. Like, Levi can go, I can even get money for him, or when his contract's out.
Well, Bayern Munich put in a bid for him for 60 mil, I think it was. And they obviously said no.
Yeah, because Levy's probably like, you know what? He's seen all these numbers. He's seen all these numbers going around. He's probably like, I want more.
But the thing is they've never spent money on Kane, so it's no loss to him. He's come from the...
No, it is
it's not as if they spent like 60 mil and they're like, right, we'd like to recoup that.
No, but you look at current climate.
They're not losing no money on it.
They're not technically losing.
You look at current climate.
And I think that's what is in Levy's head. Like, he's not going to make a loss on that. He came in for nothing, he goes for nothing, cool.
But the thing is, if you let him,
as much as you can get.
No, but if you let him go for nothing, you run the risk of him going somewhere you don't want him to.
Yeah.
Like a Chelsea.
Yeah.
Or let's say in the worst case possible, Sol Campbell goes Arsenal.
I don't think he does.
No, he never does.
He comes to the year and we win the league with him. Harry Kane's first trophy.
Put it this way: if for some reason Kane was in that Arsenal team last year, they win that league.
Oh, 100%.
Even if he joined in January and won last 6 months, bagged the goals, they win the league. Definitely.
That would have been the biggest FU to Tottenham. Like, you took your striker, one with the league in it. What?
I think, let's say he'd broken the Premier League goal record, even by 1 goal, and then Bayern Munich come in. Then he's suddenly like, I want to go.
What is he? He's only like 40 something goals behind. 40.
Yeah, 50 tops.
I think it's 40 or... it's somewhere in the 40. It's somewhere in the 40s.
He's over 200.
If you don't go now, I think it'll be a Mark Noble thing where he just stays until he retires.
Yeah, he's somewhere in the 40s. I think once he's done that, he goes.
I don't see him sign a new contract. If he does sign a new contract, till at least March. He He's gonna, if he stays, he'll give this bloke minimum 6 months.
See how well they're doing.
See how this is planning out, because he's 30 now, 29.
I think he's just turned 30. He's turned 30.
I just don't see him.
I think yesterday, day before.
Oh, okay.
I just don't see him leaving the country, and I just can't see him anywhere else in the Premier League. I just don't see him leaving the country though, because that's where he would go. If he was going to leave the country, there's places he would go for money. Saudi would probably go.
Well, you got to think, if they didn't, not yet. There's been rumours of obviously Real Madrid looking at him because Benzema's gone.
Yeah.
If Madrid come knocking, I don't care how close you are to the Premier League record. You go Madrid.
No, but it's also.
I think they save their money for Mbappe. I think Real Madrid are just waiting out for Mbappe next season.
That's what the rumours are. That Mbappe from January will just sign a pre-contract. Yeah. He said he'll leave this summer, but PSG have to pay him the £150 million they owe him or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's the thing I see, that obviously Arsenal was looking to put a package towards it next year to potentially give him an offer to come Premier League. I don't see him choosing us over Real Madrid in a million years.
Yeah.
Unless suddenly we won the fucking Premier League and Champions League and everything else. Why would
I think so. I think his family ties are too strong for him to leave the country. Leaving London.
Well. I think so as well.
The man's never left London.
Well, not a lot of British players do. That's why Bellingham is huge fair play to him.
But I just don't see him go
come
north.
back to the Prem.
I just don't think seen him go north. It's like when City comes to Declan Rice. Declan Rice wasn't going to leave London for Man City to sit on the bench.
The thing is, I don't see him. He would have for a portion, but towards the middle, towards the end of the season, Declan Rice starting 99% of City games. They would have found a way to play him and Rodri.
Yeah.
They would have.
I saw it like when Grealish first signed, he was on the bench for a bit, wasn't he? They were transitioning him in. They were transitioning him in, but it's just that sort of once they're tied into London or tied into where they're going, I just can't see him ever.
People forget.
The family's going to have big influence on him.
Yeah.
His brother's his agent, for God's sake.
The thing is, that's what people forget, that these footballers are still human beings as well. Whether it's... No one necessarily wants to up sticks and move somewhere completely different.
No.
I know that you only do it for potentially 15, 20 years, but if you're happy where you are, you're happy where you are. Especially
I think Kane was younger, I could see it. I could see him going, because he was younger, isn't he? Like 4 years ago, I could see the move to City, or I could see him. Just don't see it now.
Well, I think he's got to a point now where, like I say, he might only be 40 goals off. He's so close.
So close.
He don't need the money,
close to breaking that record.
Don't need the money.
No, I don't.
It's comfortable living.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Bloody well should be.
He's still on like 200 at least a week, isn't he? So.
I mean,
to see what happens, but
I really hope they do terribly next year and then he leaves on.
I hope there's something else.
Anyone else in the transfer potential that you think, they could move?
Don't know. I think. No, not.
I mean, again, Mbappe's a strange one. You never know. Madrid might come in the end of the summer. If things get weird with him in PSG, so. Maybe. If that Sheikh comes in at Man United, which they're looking at, maybe Neymar goes Man United. That's
Neymar, he's got to go somewhere.
I can see Neymar at Man United.
Yeah.
Can you see it? I
can't see it. I think Neymar goes to.
I can see him sliding in though.
No, I can.
Mahrez is on his way.
But
is he?
I've read tonight he's on his way.
I see. Do you know why? Because that Ziyech fouled his medical.
Yeah.
He fouled that medical.
Mahrez apparently.
Good.
Could be on his way.
City lost a few players already. I hope they keep recruiting. Not yet. But yeah, I can see Neymar at Man United because it's like a statement. We've got Neymar. They're Man United. We've got Neymar.
They will showcase Man City. I don't feel like Man City could do much this year because of the whole FFP rules that they've got going on already. I mean, I can't see them making many signings.
When that actually happens and they get docked or relegated or whatever happens, it's going to be mad. But the thing is, it's going to be mad.
Or maybe I'm thinking different, but as a team who wins, you don't really want to upset that chemistry at the moment. Because if you're not winning, they've just won was it triple, quadruple?
No, but you want to upset it a tiny amount.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're not going to go mad spending spree.
Oh, no.
No, but they've lost key players.
Yeah, if they didn't do that,
and they still might lose more key players.
Yeah.
And if you take Gundogan, for example, you're not going to find someone as professional as him to do what he does for cheap and to be happy to sometimes sit on the bench, sometimes start. there's no one available on like a free transfer or whatever for that sort of caliber of player. Nowhere.
Going with the whole chemistry thing, though, do you think the Rice deal is good for Arsenal's chemistry? Because obviously, I think some players might look and go, "How's he getting paid with that?"
No, they're loving it.
I think
absolutely
with the English,
loving it.
yeah, I think with the English players and everything else, that Saka being there, Emile Smith-Rowe being there.
My only worry though, like, gone for a lot of money. As long as he performs that money, I know a lot of pressure comes in.
I think he'll be unbelievable.
He doesn't have to change. He just needs to keep doing what he's done.
Think
he might have to chip in with a few goals.
Yeah,
no disrespect.
Maybe I'd say about 6 to 8.
Yeah,
6 to 8 goals a season.
Maybe 10 in all competitions.
10 in all competitions. I'm saying 6 to 8 in the league.
I don't want another meme like Maguire.
I think he's fine.
Maguire goes Ray Mill.
No, but you've got to think of things. Maguire was playing for Leicester, yeah, and they was playing in a low block where all they had to do.
They won the league, right?
Yeah, before they won the league. I don't know if they won the league with them or not.
No, I think he left the season.
He left after they won the league, didn't he?
No, I think he left the season before.
I can't remember, but he was tasked with they're going to be long balls, head it out, get it out. He wasn't tasked with let's play football. You're going to play a high defensive line. Yeah. He's never done that with England. He's never played a high defensive line for England in like a 4-4-2. No chance because he's get exposed. Declan Rice is in obviously a different position, but he's playing for West Ham. They try and play expansive football. They do try. They're not brilliant, but they do try. He's covered a lot of ground. All you got to look at is the 2-2 versus Arsenal a couple of months ago. He was. I remember watching that game, and he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where he's like, "Why is he everywhere? He's always winning the ball. Stop winning the ball."
Another way of looking at it, actually, got Arteta there, which I think Arteta can probably manage him quite well.
I think under Arteta and that Arsenal team, he's going to go next level.
Yeah, I think so.
And the fact that he wants to be next level. Yeah. Don't want to be stuck in the level that he's at. He's already been, again, according to rumours, he's already been telling people he wants to be the best midfielder that Arsenal's ever had. He wants to be the number one guy. Yeah. He wants to be the captain. He wants to be their top dog. That's what you want.
Yeah. You want someone with ambition. You want ambition.
Yeah, I can get you want to go City. They've won the treble. But if you go there knowing I might be starting, might not be starting, or you go to the team that finished second knowing full well I'm going to play 95% of the games and I'm going to drag them to a title or a cup or a Champions League or something.
We're already on that peak, like on the way up. He's just joining for the ride, and it's that ambition that's probably might take us a bit further on.
And he's got mates there. You know, that always helps. Mates there somewhere where he already lives.
Yeah. He's ain't got to move house, he ain't got to do anything. Nothing's unsettling at home.
No.
It should be a case of, during the summer, train up, get amongst the English squad and all them lot. Get the chemistry right, and then we go.
I do think there's a lot more coming this transfer window. But let us know what your favourite so far, or what you think's going to happen, what transfers are going to come on, or what you potentially like to see next year or in January.
Let's do this again soon. See what shock things happen.
We'll react to it.